There is a plan being sold to you right now, quietly, insistently, from every direction. And it goes like this. Study hard, get a degree, find a stable job, contribute to your retirement account every month, clip expenses where you can, and wait. Wait decades. And if the market cooperates, if you avoid a serious illness, if your employer doesn't downsize you at 52, you will arrive at wealth at 65, in a body that has spent 40 years sitting at a desk. Here is a number that should stop you cold. According to US Census Bureau data, a person between the ages of 45 and 54, someone who has followed the conventional plan for 20-plus years, has a median net worth, excluding their home, of just $23,000, not $200,000, not $1 million, $23,000. That is the result of doing everything right by society's definition. That is the promised land. M.J. DeMarco published The Millionaire Fastlane in 2011 through Viperian Publishing, and it became one of the most quietly influential books in the entrepreneurial space. Not because it promised shortcuts, but because it systematically dismantled the roadmap most people are following and replaced it with a framework that is both mathematically honest and, once you see it, impossible to unsee. DeMarco himself retired at 37 after building and selling an internet business. He started from a studio apartment in Phoenix with $900 and a 10-year-old car with no third gear. The book is his attempt to hand you what a stranger in a Lamborghini never handed him: a real answer. There are 3 financial roadmaps available to you, and DeMarco names them with the kind of directness that makes you uncomfortable in the best possible way. The sidewalk is the plan of no plan, spending everything you earn, financing the rest, and living entirely in the present tense until a single crisis wipes you out. The Slowlane is the plan most of you are following right now. The job, the 401k, the index fund, the patience. And the fast lane is something else entirely. The first idea is the most confrontational. The slow lane is not a conservative path to wealth. It is a gamble with your most irreplaceable asset. DeMarco asks you to consider what the slow lane actually requires. It requires 40 to 50 years of sustained employment. It requires the stock market to cooperate across multiple decades, which it will not always do. It requires your health to hold. It requires your employer to keep you. It requires you to defer every version of the life you actually want until you are old enough that your body may no longer allow it. And the reward, if everything goes perfectly, is financial freedom at a point in your life when most people's energy, ambition, and physical capability have already peaked and declined. DeMarco calls this wealth in a wheelchair. It is not cynicism. It is arithmetic. The discomfort of this idea is worth sitting with. Because if the destination of the conventional plan is genuinely unappealing, and for most people, if they are honest, it is mere, then the question is not whether to work hard. DeMarco is explicit that the fast lane requires extraordinary work. The question is whether the road you are on leads anywhere you actually want to go. If this channel is new to you, there are 33 books before this one that follow the same thread. One idea examined from every angle. No filler. Subscribing means one of those lands in your feed each week without you having to go looking. The second idea redefines the destination itself. DeMarco argues that most people are pursuing the wrong version of wealth, not because they are lazy, but because the definition they inherited from advertising, from culture, from social comparison is broken. Wealth, in the version society sells you, is a collection of objects: the car, the house, the watch. And because those objects require money, money becomes the goal. And because money requires work, work becomes the cage. DeMarco offers a different definition built on 3 elements he calls the wealth trinity: family and relationships, fitness and health, and freedom of choice. Not as abstract ideals, but as concrete daily realities. Freedom means you are not owned by a schedule someone else set. Freedom means you can be present when it matters. Freedom means you can pursue the thing that actually interests you without first calculating whether it threatens your employment. He makes a point that lands harder than almost anything else in the book. Material possessions purchased on credit do not express wealth, they destroy it. A $60,000 car financed over 6 years does not signal freedom. It manufactures servitude. You are now required to maintain an income level sufficient to service that debt, which means you cannot leave the job that funds it, which means your freedom has been sold at the dealership along with the car. The third idea is the one that changes the mathematical structure of your financial life. Every way of earning money can be described by a simple equation. Your income equals the price of what you sell multiplied by the number of units you can deliver. In a job, the unit is an hour of your time, and the number of hours is biologically capped. You can negotiate a higher price per hour, but you cannot add more hours than the day contains. This is why the salary ceiling exists, not because employers are stingy, but because the model itself has a hard limit. DeMarco calls this being chained to a speed limit, and no amount of discipline, no amount of promotion, no amount of frugality changes the underlying physics. If your income stops when you stop working, you are operating in a fundamentally limited system. The alternative is to build something whose unit economics are disconnected from your personal hours. A piece of software serves 1,000 users whether you are awake or asleep. A book earns royalties on a Saturday afternoon. A lead generation website delivers value while you are at dinner. DeMarco built exactly this: a directory service for limousine companies that generated inquiries from around the world every minute of the day, revenue that compounded until he could sell the business for millions. The point is not to copy his specific business. The point is to understand that the structure of what you build determines the ceiling of what you can achieve. Build something whose revenue scales independent of your time, and the mathematics of wealth become entirely different. The fourth idea is a set of tests DeMarco calls the 5 commandments of the Fastlane, and they are worth memorizing. Any vehicle you use to build wealth should satisfy 5 criteria. Need. Does it solve a real problem for real people, or does it only satisfy your own interest in building it? Entry. If the barrier to starting is so low that anyone can do it this weekend, the opportunity will be competed away before you can profit from it. Control. You must own the system, not merely rent a role within someone else's. Franchisees discover this when they realize the franchisor controls every variable that matters. Employees discover it every time a company restructures. Scale. Can the business serve 10 customers or 10 million without a proportional increase in your labor and time? Can it eventually operate without your constant presence, or does it collapse the moment you step away? DeMarco is not saying every business must satisfy all 5 on day 1. He is saying that if your current or planned venture fails 2 or more of these tests, you need to understand that clearly before you invest years into it. Those 4 ideas, the slow lane as a gamble, wealth redefined as freedom, income divorced from time, and the 5 commandments as your filter, form the complete framework of the Millionaire Fastlane. The trap is not laziness. The trap is following a map that leads somewhere you never chose to go. If you want to go deeper, the book is in the description below. The Amazon link is right there, and it is the full version, not an excerpt. If you want the 2-page PDF that distills everything you just heard into something you can keep, that is free at substack.com at Literary Growth. This is the 34th book on this channel, which means there are 33 others covering everything from the psychology of habit to the mathematics of negotiation to the philosophy of stoic endurance. Connected, all building on each other. The most recent ones are in the description. What I want to know from you is this: which of the 5 commandments does your current income source fail? Control, scale, or time? Most people know the answer immediately. Tell me in the comments. The conversation down there is usually better than the video.